So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Jupiter in the 8th house in the sign of Sagittarius for Taurus ascendant people. As in what happens when Jupiter is in the 8th house in Sagittarius, also rules the sign of Pisces, is sitting for your ascendant in the 8th house. And I'm just wondering if Mercury is still retrograde, man. I had another camera fail just now. Thankfully, I had this new camera. I'm tired. I'm tired of spending money on cameras. Rahu, please have mercy on me. So, if you don't know, if this Jupiter is yours, all your astrological details, check out the links here, astrology.com, where you'll find my consultation reports. And remember, my marriage course is also active on Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm going to teach you some of the greatest techniques of marriage and timing of marriage especially. So, I'm repeating this video again. And I don't know what I said in that. I mean, that video was amazing that I just made before this because I was recording from the other camera. So number one thing you will see, yes, Jupiter is prana, right? Jupiter is pran vayu, meaning it gives life to something. Wherever it is, it gives life to something. So it's in the 8th house of longevity. It's in the 8th house of death and rebirth. So here, obviously, Jupiter blesses, most of the time is blessing a person with long life. But what the most important thing is, what I'm trying to say, you have the capacity to give another person long life. Meaning, anybody, let's say, who's old and they're sick, if you go and stay with them, or if let's say, you know, this person is dying and everybody's giving their last respects, going to the hospital, you know, talking to them, until while you are in that room, they will not die. So let's say you were the last person to see them. And let's say they were supposed to die maybe an hour and a half after meeting you. Okay. Maybe they're just talking very little. Maybe they're just not aware. They're unconscious now. But still, all the body parts are functioning. The brain is listening. You can stay there for the next 2 days. They will not die. That's the thing with this particular Jupiter. And then, if let's say you got Venus with this Jupiter in the 8th house, well, now you can actually help them recover. So maybe, let's say even your grandmother's 80 years old. Somehow you can help her recover and at least she can extend her life from 80 to 88. Of course, at one point, nothing can stop death. Okay? When Yama wants to come inside your home, you can be in the safest room. It don't matter. The doors will unlock. Okay? But that's the thing about this Jupiter. And especially you will see this Jupiter. These are the people who have that capacity to give life even in the professional sphere. Meaning, if you get hired by somebody, you can actually give prana to that organization, prana to that work. Why? Because third from Jupiter is the 10th house. Now, Jupiter's aspect is not in the 10th house. And we're not even talking about that 311 support aspect of Jupiter in Nadi. No, I'm talking about whichever planet, wherever planet is sitting. Okay. The third from itself becomes the effort it's making towards. I'm putting effort somewhere, right? I am putting my willpower somewhere. So Jupiter's willpower is going to be in the 10th house. He says, whatever I'm doing in the 8th house, if let's say my job is to extend the prana, well, it's towards my 10th house. That's what happens with this Jupiter. Now, one thing you will also see with this Jupiter is that this is like a yellow lotus flower. Like Venus is a white lotus, this is a yellow lotus. This is the person that has to go through some of the harshest times in life before they make it to the top. I don't care if you're born in a rich, medium, or poor family. You're going to have to go through it. So if let's say you're born in a multi-billionaire family, millionaire family, so you have everything provided. Okay, great. But whenever you try to do something on your own, like, okay, who am I? Am I going to be able to do this? Now you have to struggle and go through that agony. Now your agony will not be as, antagonizing as somebody who is middle class or poor, because they better make that happen. In your case, if it's not working, okay, well, at least I have my $10 million mansion that my dad gave me. But you're making effort. So regardless, they're going to make the effort. And only once that struggle is there where you get to a point that, I don't think anything is going to work out. Only then things happen. Only then you're going to come to that rising point. One goes to the steps of feeling like they're just life is dead for them. Nothing is happening. And then they rise. On the other hand, with this Jupiter, you will see when you get married into that family, first of all, you'll get married in the family of either bankers, priests, or especially somebody who could have been a war veteran. You'll also see that your spouse's home, if they had their own home before they married you, their own home or their parental home will have a school right next to their home. Even at the walking distance, they will have a school. On the other hand, with this particular Jupiter, your success truly happens from these three things. One, when you touch a feet of a guru, and I'm talking about a genuine guru. If let's say you have Rahu with this Jupiter, between the ages of 15 and 27, you may actually come across guru who could be charlatans. Not the proper guru. You may not, but there's a strong chance. There's a vulnerability there. On the other hand, the second thing is that you go to foreign lands. You cannot be in your home place at all. You move far. As far away as possible. So you're born in Mumbai, you move to Bangalore or Chennai. Or you move to New Delhi, or you move pretty much out of the country. Then, number 3. The minute you step into occult and Jyotish, your rise of luck begins to happen. And now I'm talking about non-professionally, as a hobbyist or professionally, regardless. The moment you start studying it, not like some watching this video. That's it. This is just entertainment. This is time pass entertainment. But the moment you start studying under someone, you start taking lessons. Okay, this planet in the 4th house is this. Okay, this is the Dhan Yoga, and you're taking all your notes. Now you are beginning to activate your Bhagya. And if you're going to even do astrology professionally or even as a hobbyist, you better charge people. Do not do it for free at all. Try it. Try doing as many readings as possible for free and see what happens in 3 months. Either with your health or money. As much as people run after the fact that, this is a divine science, we shouldn't be charging. And yet people will go and give huge money into like Vishnu temple and Lakshmi temple and Dakshineshwar. We're making crores. Oh, well, that's fine. But Jyotishis and Vastu expert, no, they should just be doing for free because it's divine. No, don't. You have to become shameless, you become shameless. You must charge because you cannot have one-sided energy with this Jupiter because prana is leaving. That prana has to exchange itself, especially with this Jupiter in the 8th. So if let's say a professional who's making a living as a Jyotish is charging $500. Okay. I actually have done a reading of one of the astrologers. They were almost, and they're booked. 2,000-3,000. So yeah, there are people out there that are doing that, but because when I saw their Venus, I knew that they were going to charge the top money and they'll get the top money. But in your case, if you're a hobbyist, you don't have combinations for business, you don't have combinations to become a professional astrologer, but you're doing this based on this particular advice, okay, fine. Just charge $20 to look at a chart because you're just a hobbyist. You're becoming good at it. You're a hobbyist on the side. Say, okay, $50 you give me or $20 you give me and I'll look at your chart. In the beginning, you have to look at things for free because so you're learning. You're failing. So fail as much as you can. But when you start seeing like, okay, I know what I'm doing. You start, people are bringing their charts. Just say, give me $10. Give me $20. You must do that. But this part will accelerate the career that you're in away from, Jyotish. On the other hand, you become a big giver. You become a giver. You'll give big. One will always, especially in Jupiter Dasha, will try to learn knowledge related to investments. Your home will feel like an ashram. Whenever you build your home, even if it's a one-bedroom apartment, it'll feel very serene, divine, neat and clean. Unless, of course, there's Rahu in the 4th. Then it'll be different. Okay? Or Rahu, Saturn, both. Then you might have the dirtiest room possible. But, see, I'm trying to remember all the things that I talked about in the first video compared to this. So I talked about that. Oh my God, there was one important point that I wanted to talk about with this Jupiter. What was it? I know it's not going to give me. There's something there that I know I'm missing. I think I've spoken about mostly all the things. But there's just something that I'm missing because I was flowing. In that first video, I was just flowing. And once you try to do second time, now I'm trying to pretend like I can go into that same flow and then you mess up. Yeah, I think one of the things that I was also going to say is that you will deal with some controversy related to food in your in-laws' home. Probably in the first 2 years of your marriage. Something you might say, something they might say about the food that will just create some kind of like a weird drift. Okay, so that's one thing that this Jupiter will do. But there's one more thing. Anyway, I can't remember and I don't want to waste my time here with you guys or wasting your time. Okay, so anyway, this was my Jupiter in the 8th house. Remember, my marriage course is active on Maghavedic Astrology Academy, which is going to go for a long time. Okay, 1 video a week. So this way I can give most, and I'm not in a rush that I have to make 4 videos a week, so I don't have time. Okay, let me quickly make a 15-minute video. No, when I make a video, I want to go deep into everything. So anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.